Confirm known information. This is the most important. If you don't know anything, make sure you don't know anything. Don't be doubtful about not knowing it. That's our greatest problem. We don't know whether we know. We don't know whether we don't know. So whatever you know, confirm it. This is much I know. That's all I know. Let me know everything now. So that is your target. Today I know 10%, tomorrow I will know 20%. Finished. I will not know more. Day after tomorrow I will know another 10%. So within 10 days you will know 100%. Okay? That is not too much. But if you don't go that way, every day you study, you are studying the 100%. In the examination you will go at 0%. So suddenly you will see the question, you will not remember anything. Okay? Does it make sense? So add it. Every day keep adding. But every day measure. This is how much I know. Tomorrow I know a little. See, for instance, let us say some 10 concepts are there in under one chapter. So start with one chapter a day. Today I know one concept a day. Today I know one concept. Tomorrow I know one concept. So let us say the whole textbook, see, the big textbook like that may have some, let us say 150 concepts. 150 days enough. You can master the whole textbook. Yes or no? But if you study for the whole year also, our traditional way, we still won't know what we have studied. We are done. Okay? So it's not, don't have that, try it for one chapter. If you don't believe me, try it for one chapter. See the difference. And that chapter, when the question, when you take a test, you will get that chapter full marks, whereas other chapters you will not have cut for. Okay, then you are out. I am not saying just do it because I am telling. No. I have done 15-20 years of research in this because I know how the brain works. I have gone in depth as to how to record this because I have to send that information to that region only. This nobody has thought about. So I know how it works, I know it definitely works, but you test it for yourself. Okay, that's why I am telling you, giving her a challenge, saying that even if it is a totally new, you can take a medicine textbook and then become an expert. Even an engineering student can study a medical textbook. There is nothing difficult to it. Okay. It works because it goes right to that region and gets automatically recorded. So the moment you see, you know you have seen it, you know everything, so you don't have to go back. Eat an elephant. How will you eat? Okay, you break them into small. Any part that you break in should be smaller than your mouth. Right? That is how you digest. Okay. Now suppose I ask you to eat an elephant. Can you break the elephant into small parts and eat it in one day?
That's also not possible.
Why? Because the size of the elephant, irrespective of how many parts are there, all the parts can go into our mouth. But the size of the elephant is 100 times more than the size of our stomach. Okay? So it's impossible. But that is exactly what you do. You are given an elephant to eat. You will keep it with you till the exam comes. After the exam day is announced, you start eating. That's why you have indigestion. And after the exam is over, you are so relieved. Exam is over. Because you are fed up of eating that elephant. And you don't want to touch that elephant also because you hate it. That's your problem. So suppose the same elephant, you eat one small part every day. Don't you think in 1 year you can finish an elephant? Why one elephant? You can eat 10 elephants. Are you following that? That is exactly what. Eat the elephant every day. Finished.
As you said, when you know little things, we'll remember, but when you finish studying the entire subject, then we tend to forget or we'll tend to confuse between the two topics.
Actually, technically, there is no end to finishing the subject. It's not possible because the subject is always vast. The more we know, the more we want to know. Which is where you start off from, at least lay the foundation so that your building becomes stronger. There is no such thing as finishing a subject because the subject will never be over. It will always, because the more we know, the more there is no to know for us. But now the problem is this itself becomes too much for us. The small thing will become too much for us. Actually, the small thing, take it from me. If you know that much, for us that will become small. If you don't know, it will become big. Okay? That's our problem. Every textbook is considered too huge. It is not huge. We are given so much time to just go through a little. And I told you, 70% you take out as English, what are you left with is 30%, only some 20-30 pages. To study 20-30 pages, do you have to struggle for 6 months? That's my question. Technically, this is the question. If you just directly ask somebody, even on the street, for 20-30 pages, do you have to suffer for 6 months? They will say, no. In 2 days, they can finish. But that's what we are doing. System is doing. So let us go, secret by secret.
Sir, how are we confirming known information, sir?
Confirm whether you know it or you do not know it.
But by referring the textbook again.
No.
Hmm?
Yeah, by cross-checking with the textbook.
Because like before when you said if you know a concept, don't read it, and if you know it is wrong.
See, when you are writing it for the first time, suppose you say, I have never heard this concept in my life, confirm that. That I have never heard this concept. Don't guess and say, I may not have heard. If you are doubtful, also put a question mark. I may have heard it, but I have forgotten. So let that be registered. So that the brain can take it out from where it is stored and then give you. Okay? If you say I don't know, you have to be 100% sure. But this is the first time I am hearing. For instance, let us say Java. First time you are hearing, you can say I didn't know. But one time you have heard somewhere, okay, I have heard it. It may be totally wrong. You may have thought Java is a place or Java is a fruit or something. But now you know at least that is wrong. Okay? Not that you didn't know anything. You knew, but what you knew was not right. So that confirmed that. Okay? And the best way to confirm a concept is not going through the textbook, but to go through a dictionary. That's the best way. Directly, if you get into textbook, they will have assumed too many things. Let me tell you one problem with textbook. Each textbook assumes that you have previous knowledge. Okay? Suppose you are studying, let us say, engineering second year, that is third semester. They will assume that you already know very well about maths, physics, chemistry, etc. On that assumption, they start from something. That is a problem. But technically, we have forgotten all this. So we have to start from zero. We never go back and find out what we don't know. Okay? That's our problem. Because most of the, suppose you are stuck somewhere, immediately you have to go back. There is one more secret. The moment you are stuck, go back. We don't go back.
So I find interrelated topics very confusing.
Because both are not strongly placed.
No, when I study only that topic, that I will be very sure.
Yes, but the problem is everything is interrelated. That is one thing. Another thing is you would not have thought about the similarity. That is exactly why in the beginning I told you, think of related things. When you ask the question, how is this related? What do I know about this already? Those questions I told you, ask those questions, you will get this answer. The greater the similarity, the greater the confusion. Okay? So you have to take out the similarity, to divide them into uniqueness, then you will remember Pakka. Lot of similar features are there. For instance, that's why I was telling you about the construct. If the construct is same, lot of features will be same. That is why you get confused between the two. Okay? First find out what is that construct. Under that, what are common features? Rule it out. Take it out as unrelated to this.
So there are no common features, like for example, ECG findings of hyperkalemia, hypokalemia, hypernatremia or hyponatremia. It's like everything comes under the electrolyte disturbance, but then the ECG findings will differ. One will have like tall P waves or broad Q waves. How do I remember that?
Map it. See, hyper indicates what? Hypo is less, hyper is more. Right? You know that, no? So put it as hypo one side you put, hyper one side you put. Map it in terms of how this changes, how this. You have to compare between the two. When you compare between the two, you will find the uniqueness. Confusion will not come. You will do this separately, you will do this separately. Confusion comes when you are asked. You put both of them together. Like for instance, in high school you would have studied formulae in terms of let us say area of a square, area of a circle, area of a trapezoid, whatever. Have you put all area formula together? If you do that, you will never have confusion. Are you following me? That is what you have. Okay? So, hypo, hyper, you know the difference. No, hypo is less, hyper is high. So, all hyper, what are the similarities? All hypo, what are the similarities? You will get, once you map it, you will get a lot of similarities. And then find out what are the differences. Then whenever you are asked any question about anything, you can come back and read back the map and then tell what is the answer. You do it right, today only you will get it. Okay? Are you following the whole strategy? Depends on what you are studying. Too much of details are there in the textbook. I am not saying no information is there. But this is not Latin and grammar where we don't know anything. We know something. Let us build on it. Let us build in a structured way, scientific way, rather than haphazard. Okay?